Hi, today I'll be teaching you and you at home how I personally service my VS Commodore. You can follow along too. Today we will be performing the following. We will be doing an oil change. We're going to be doing it twice. The first one will be shown today. The first one includes cheap oil and lifter free and tune up, so we'll see how that works. There's my funnel for it. And then the second one we'll dump this again and put premium oil in it. Next we're putting in a new fuel filter along with a fuel additive F10. I've been recommended, haven't used it yet, so we'll see how that goes. Next we'll be working on the spark area. We're going to be replacing all the spark plugs and the ignition leads. We'll also be doing flushing out the coolant and replacing the thermostat. That's what this is, and the thermostat gasket. And we'll also be doing the air filter too. I've just taken it out to my local car parts shop, so she's a bit warm. So we're going to let her cool down a little bit, and then we'll do the oil a bit later. To start off with, we're going to change the fuel filter, and then we'll move to the air filter, and then we'll move to the spark plugs, and then we'll figure out somewhere in there we need to dump the oil. So let's start on the fuel filter. Camera woman, if you'd like to follow me, where is it? I've got to find it. Oh my god, there it is. Okay.
Do I go under there with you?
Not yet. Okay. Okay, so I need a flathead screwdriver.
Oh dear.
Okay, hello, welcome back. So on a VS Commodore, the fuel filter is located above the differential. So what we're going to do, I've got a full tank of gas, so this is going to be very interesting. So this is what the filter looks like. Boom. Lovely. That's the fuel filter. You've got your in, so it goes on like this. So we'll put that over here. Let's get the old one off. Let it spill all over me. How are we going to do this? Oh, what?
Can I get it from under here? Oh, that's better. I'll just do it from here.
Did you knock it?
No.
Jess, I know you're under here too. I need a different flathead. This one's too big. BRB.
Too big?
It's too big.
When is anything too big?
This is going to be very interesting. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Were you recording the whole time?
No, I paused it.
Does this one fit? That one fits. So loosen him off. Now I'm pretty sure I have replaced this one already when I first got the car. Actually, I'm going to use a smaller screwdriver. I think that'll be easier.
You could even just do a voiceover on some bits.
No, that's too much effort.
Okay.
Too much effort. Okay, so we'll back that off a little bit. Always be careful not to get any grot in your eye. Always use your safety squints. Now coming back up here, I can't see. There we go. So that one's coming off now. So in your car, camera woman, your fuel filter would be much more advanced than this. It would have like screws on it and shit on the filter itself, I think. Is this going to come off? So it's a good idea to have a look at your fuel filter to figure out if your hose clamps have cleared this little knob bit. So I don't believe we have, so we're just going to keep on backing it off. I think I'm going to hot swap it. I'm going to be quick as shit, just so it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, here we go. How the fuck do we do this? How did we do it last time? I remember I might have done this. Right, so we know that. Alright, I'm just going to go for it and hope for the best. Don't have the camera right there.
Oh, right, okay.
Fuel's going to go on it.
Is here okay?
Should be. Is it coming? I don't think it's coming. Is it coming? Oh yeah, she's coming. Oh god, it's happening already. Oh god.
You should wear gloves.
Oh, can you get me a rag? Like really quick, please? I remember now what you actually meant to do. You meant to take the fuse out for the fuel pump and then crank the car and starve it so that there's no fuel in this line. But I've made a mistake. I actually might put it back and do that actually, because there's a lot of pressure in this line. Okay, we're going to do that actually. I thought I was able to hot swap that quick, but no, there's a lot of fuel on this line. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm kicking so much stuff out here. Alright, come, follow me. So, find your fuse box. Find your fuel pump. That's this one here. Take it out. Like that. That's a relay, that's not a fuse, it's a relay. Put that somewhere that you won't lose. Put this somewhere you won't lose. Maybe we'll just chuck it back there. Alright, then you start your car and just run it until it dies. Just a sec, people. Come here. Come here. Stand near the back of the car. Now, usually when I prime it, you hear a fuel pump. This time you won't. No fuel pump. Now we're going to start it. That's it. It didn't start. That means there's no fuel. So I think it's there's no pressure in the fuel line anymore. So now we go and get back under and try again. Should be no fuel here. Oh god, there's a lot of fuel. Oh. Oh fuck me. Okay, so I don't know. It's still going. Alright. We're just gonna be quick about this. Hopefully, maybe.
It smells nice.
Oh well. Yum yum yum. So remember, oh my god, I'm soaked. Remember, you check your in and your out, and you put it back in. I probably should have watched a video about this. Guys, don't copy this. Jump on YouTube and figure out how exactly you meant to do this. Wow, that was crap. Everything is soaked in fuel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. So now you're going to tighten your hose clamps. Clean up everything so nothing catches on fire. Make sure all the hoses are on nice. And then you slowly shimmy your hose clamps back down over the top. Wind them out a little bit more. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. You know what? I'm going to put permanent marker dates on all of the parts I change. Nah, never mind. I'm going to put it in my book at the end. I'll put it in my book. So this is the first service that I will completely document, and I recommend.
And how old is this car?
25 years old. I've only had it for 1 year though, so it's not my fault.
Have you had it for a year?
I've had it for a year. I think I bought it in March. Yeah. Actually, I want to find out when the anniversary is.
You care more about the anniversary of your car than the anniversary of us.
I mean, I never said that. You're just putting words in my mouth, Jess. It's really rude. Just gonna say that right now. I care about you equally.
No.
So,
I come first.
huh?
I come first.
I mean, I don't think anything comes out of my Commodore. Sorry, Jess. That's the fuel filter done. Don't make a sad face. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's take this fuel filter and we're going to empty it and we're going to cut it open and see. Oh my god, don't leak, don't leak. Stop. Okay, let's get out of here. Alright, you ready? Alright, so this is an empty bottle, nothing in it. So we're just going to empty the contents of the fuel filter into the bottle and just check. I'm not sure if this is a an actual method used, but to judge the fuel filter. But anyway, so we're going to pour it out from the inside. So the tank goes in this way and then to the engine. We're going to pour it out this way to see if there's anything in it that's bad. Yeah.
Should you be doing that? Alex, are you supposed to do that?
That doesn't matter.
I'm not kissing you.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. That's a little bit darker than it should be.
I'll zoom in of it.
It still looks like decent healthy, but that is a bit darker than it should be. So it's good that we changed the fuel filter. We'll let this evaporate and then we'll cut it open and see exactly what's going on inside there. So now, the final step of dealing with the fuel system, we're just going to put this inside. So, one of my bestest friends in the world put me onto this stuff, so we'll see.
Who's your bestest friend in the world?
He knows who. He knows it. Mwah. Alright. Huh? Anyway, okay, so he recommended this stuff, so we're going to chuck it in and see what happens. 3, 2, 1. So I currently already have a full tank anyway, so that should be good. Now, what we're doing with this, right, is in case this lifts contaminants out of the fuel tank and through the fuel system, that is why we're doing 2 fuel filters. After this tank, we're going to be replacing the fuel filter again. Now, put the cap back on, blah, blah, blah. Now we're going to dump the oil. It's been long enough to have cooled down a substantial amount, and we will now be doing oil dump. Where's the plug? So the plug is over here. It's on the side, not underneath. So it's a 19. So it's over here on the side. You get your socket. And you take him off.
Sorry.
Put your tools away. And now you undo it with your hand. Okay, so she's a bit hot, but should be okay. The plug doesn't leak though. There you go, perfect. A little bit of oil on your hand, a little bit of burning sensation, but it should be okay. So that oil is coming out nicely.
Don't touch it.
Oh my god, it smells sweet. That's weird. I don't know what that could be. It might be coolant. Coolant? Is coolant sweet? Hey Dad.
Yeah.
My oil smells sweet. What does that mean?
Sweet.
Sweet.
The oil.
Yeah. Could that mean coolant?
You'll tell if there's water in it. It's milky.
Oh right, it's not milky.
No.
What's sweet? Go have a sniff of it, Jess.
Mm-mm.
Go have a sniff.
No, thank you.
Alright, anyway, so now what we do is what we can do now is make sure that the oil doesn't go on the ground, because then we're screwed. Next, what we can do is take the filter off. That's pretty cool. I can take it off with my hand, so it must be pretty new actually. I must have done this pretty recent. So make sure, do something like this, and you take your filter off. It's starting to drip now. There we go. Perfect. That worked really, really well. Keep unscrewing. There we go. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh, that was close. Oh my god, that was close. Just gonna tip the... Okay, so we bring him down and we put him there. Lovely, so now we just let that happen. Alright, cool. So now, now we just let that happen. Filter. And that is as simple as 1, 2, 3, ABC. All these clips in here. Check all your clips. There's one clip underneath this, directly underneath it. It's not that hard to get to. And then you just pull him up. Oh my god, there's a bee in there.
Don't bring it near me. Stop.
Look, come here, have a look. So
Is it alive?
No, it's dead.
Oh.
Dead for ages. So that's not that bad. And that's the top of it. Cool. So there you go. Is there a brand on this? It's made of metal. You don't get that these days. Yeah, look, you don't get that these days. Have I ever changed this? I might not have changed this. Not bad for a year. Okay, so there's a lot more surface area going on in this. That's a Repco brand one. A lot more surface area. Is there an arrow? It must be this side. Yeah. There's only one way it can go. Alright, so you pull that out of there. And you chuck him back in there. Just like so. Alright. Just like that. And you put your top back on. Put your clips back on. And that's it. That is your air filter done. Make sure you dispose of this properly. Put it back in the bag. And back in the box. Done. Now we move on to... yeah, it's cool enough now. Now we move on to spark plugs and spark leads. Yep. Sponsored by NGK. No, not really. So what we're going to do is, so we don't lose track of which lead goes to where, we're going to change plugs first. Then we're going to take the leads off the coils and then we change them one by one. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. Don't go under the ladder. So usually you'd check the pre-gap. I don't have a tool like that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. Be right back. Let's just hope we don't look back. Okay, so we're going to start in the hardest spot down the back first. Oh shit, actually we should probably put this back in. Don't forget about your relays. There you go. So now the fuel system is done. Now we're working on the ignition system. I've got a feeling these are Bosch leads. And I'm not sure if they've been replaced before. I couldn't tell ya. We've taken cylinder 6 spark plug out. GM. These are OEM plugs. This car has done 210,000 Ks. So, yeah. So we're taking them out. We're going to be replacing them with these ones. NGK BR6. And there's actually a plaque here, or a sticker. Careful of the thing. There's actually a sticker here. And we got the kind of right one. Oh yeah, we did get the right one. They're gapped. Oh, so the 15 is pre-gap. Maybe. On this. So the Commodore, so this sticker on the Commodore says that code, and then they say that, and then it also says spark gap 1.5. I'm thinking that is the pre-gap. So look at the code. Going to check the gap. We've got a gap gauge here.
Gap gauge.
Gap gauge.
Feeler gauges.
Yeah, that, yeah. Okay, so now we're changing the leads while we're doing the plugs. So we're going to follow the same route as these other leads here. Let's go. Figure out where they go. That one's good. Thanks.
Don't drop it.
Well, you know me. When is it a good time to change your leads? I'll tell you when it's a good time to change your leads. Exhibit A, right? This lead, spark plug in, spark plug out. Oh, look at that. Also part of the lead. That is straight up broken. So now's a good time to change the leads at 210,000 Ks. There you go, that's it.
Is that it?
OEM plugs as well. So now is also
Wait,
a good
let me check this.
now is also a good time to change your plugs as well at
It's not
210,000 Ks.
There's no way they would last over 210,000.
It says GM. You reckon this car was serviced?
Yep. Well, you don't think it's been serviced ever?
I don't think so.
Look at the state of it.
It's pretty bad.
Ugh.
Don't. So it's a new day. We're not working on the car today, but just want to give you guys a quick update. You saw that I was putting the new spark plugs and the leads in. That has now been accomplished. These blue leads. It was very hard to get it back into that plastic shroud just because it's so old and it's been heated up a bunch of times and it didn't want to go back over them. But we managed to make it happen. We made it look pretty neat, I reckon. So yeah. So a recap. So far we've done spark plugs, ignition leads, cheap oil with a lifter free and tune up in it, new fuel filter, oil filter obviously, F10 additive in the fuel. I think that's it. I think that's all we've done. Last time it's already running a lot better. In the next part of this video, we're going to be doing coolant flush and changing the thermostat to a lower temperature one. So it opens up sooner and there's no chance of the car ever overheating with that thermostat in it. And then after that, we're getting into the mods and we'll get onto that a little bit later. I'll see you guys in the next part of the video where I do a coolant flush, and then that is it. Doggy. Hey, you depressed? Doggy? Ah, doggy. Oh shit.